Campaign. Friends Online 0, Menu View button. Control Panel Menu button. Previous tab left bumper, next tab right bumper. Unravel the mystery of Zeta Halo. News, Fracture, Tenray event, item 1 of News Battle Pass progression update. Halo Pass Ellie altered. AFO Discord, News, Halo support, News, Camp, Multiple, Cab, Item, version 6.10, 7500.0, Control Panel, Settings, item 1 of 7. Modify your profile and hardware settings. B button, close, X button, change profile, Y, team. Settings, version 6. Left bumper, tab ream, item 1 of 3. B button, close, Y button, mute all. Friends Online 77, social menu view button. Social, Ales, in menu 2, mode, tab recent, menu, camp, team details, social, news, fracture, Tenray event, item 1 of 7. Version 6.1002, settings, default, bumper jumper, held, button layout, button, default left stick Y axis move left stick X axis strafe right stick Y axis look right stick X axis rotate legacy left stick Y axis move left stick X axis rotate right stick Y axis look. Default left stick Y axis move left stick X axis strafe right stick Y axis look right stick X axis rotate legacy left stick Y axis move left stick X axis rotate right stick Y axis look right stick X axis strafe southpaw left stick Y axis look left stick X axis rotate right stick Y axis move right stick X axis strafe legacy southpaw left stick Y axis look left stick X axis strafe right axis move right stick X axis rotate. General thumbstick layout, default, drop down, option 1 of 4, item 2 of 82. Friends Online 0, social menu view button, control panel menu button. Tab controller, item 1 of 6. B button, back, X button, restore defaults, right stick up, right stick down, scroll. Set weather to invert right stick left. Set weather to right stick up. The camera will look up when the look thumbstick is moved down. In set whether the crouch button needs. Set whether the zoom button needs to be held down to remain zooming. Hold to zoom. On. Option. Set whether the sprint button needs to be held down. Set whether left stick left will help steer wheel. In addition to steering with the camera, movement assisted steering, off, option 1 of 2, item 10 of 82. B button. Set weather to automatic. Set weather to mantle while airborne when moving near an accessible ledge, auto clamber, on, option 2 of 2. Set weather to reduce jump height. Set the acceleration for the look thumbstick. Set the acceleration for the look thumbstick, look accelerate 3. 5. 3, 5. Set the acceleration. 3. Set the sensitivity for right stick left. 7.0. 10.0. 10.0. Set the acceleration for the look thumb. Set the sensitivity. 5.0. 8.0. 5. 3. Select a zoom levels look. 1. 10.0. Zoom sensitivity. 1. Zoom. Set the looks. 2.0. 1.0. Set the looks before the minimum input registers. Lower value feels more responsive. Value reduces drift, moves. Set how far the look thumbstick Set how far the look thumbstick is before the maximum input lower than the acceleration curve. Set the input to crouch. Set the input to jump, A button, item 1 of 1, item 25 of 82. Binding, jump, change binding /slide. On foot, jump, B button, item 1 of 1, item 25 of 82. Binding, change binding press root, jump, press right stick, set the input to crouch. Bind /slide, A button, item 1 of 1. Set the input to crouch. Sprinting, press, put to change. On foot, crouch /slide, press right stick, item 1 of 1, item 26 of 82. Campaign menu scoreboard, view button, zoom, left trigger. Set, jump, A button, item 1 of 1. Set the input to jump. Set the input to sprint. Set the input to use the equipped equipment. Set the input to melee, B button, item 1 of 1, item 30 of 82. Campaign menu scoreboard, view button, zoom, left trigger, throw grenade, left bumper, sprint, press left stick. Helmet light /mark, D-pad up, switch grenade, D-pad left, AI scan, D-pad down, switch equipment, D-pad right, game menu. Set the input to reload or vent the equipped weapon. Set the input to drop the equipped weapon, drop weapon, unassigned, item 1 of 1, item 34 of 82. Set to drop the equipped weapon. Set the input to switch weapons. Switch weapon /drop weapon. Set the input to zoom in with the equipped weapon. Also cycles through zoom in with the equipped weapon. Also cycles through zoom levels if the scope supports multiple zoom levels. Zoom, put to. Set the input to highlight objectives and interactive objects. AI scan, D-pad down. Set the input to helmet light. Input to access the TUC map. Upgrade. Set the input to use the vehicle's boost or e-brake while driving. Vehicle. Set to ascend with the. Set the input to use the. Set the input to ascend with the vehicle. Set the input to ascend with the vehicle or use. Set the input to descend. Set the input vehicles. Set the input to. Set the input to. Set the input to melee as a Set the input to. Set the input to melee as a passenger. Melee. Press right stick. Item 1 of 1. Item 47 of 82. Melee. B button. Item 1. Set the input to highlight objectives and. Set the input to throw. Set the input to open the, set the input to, set the input, set the input to, set the input, set the in, set the, set, set the, set, set the, set the input to, set the input to open the grenades, set the input to switch to, set the input to, set the input to, set the, set the input, set the input to, set the input to show, set the input to switch whether outlines show through walls and objects, toggle outline occlusion, unassigned, set the input to, set the, set the, set the, set the, set the, set the input to, set the, set the, set the, set the input, set the input to show or hide switcher, set the input to toggle timeline, set the input to zoom out the camera, zoom out, set the input to set or clear the waypoint, set the input to zoom in the camera, set the input to set the input to center the, set the input to fast track, set the input to set the modify, general, button layout, custom, set, set whether to set whether the crouch button needs to be held down to remain crouching, hold to crouch, off, option 1 of 2, item 7, set whether the zoom button set whether button needs to be held down to remain sprinting, hold, set whether left stick, set whether the sprint, set whether the sprint button needs to be, set whether left stick left will help steer wheeled vehicle, set whether to, set acceleration, select a zoom left, movement and aiming, invert look, invert fly, hold to crouch, hold to zoom, off, option 1 of 2, item 5 of 106, hold to maintain off, movement, sensitive, zoom, 1.4x, mouse accelerate, on, throw, reload slash took map, display, previous tab left, 70, 71, degree, (65 degree), display, field of view, 65 degree, slider, item 1 of 8. Graphics, sensory, screen shake, exposure, 100, full screen effects, 100, speed lines, on, option, sharpening, 64%, 100%. Volume, main, voice, menu music, sound of, environmental of, hit detection, 10. Hardware, dynamic, compressed mode, hardware, dynamic range, dynamic mode, drop down, option 1 of 2, item 8 of 8. Subtitles, subtitles, visibility, on, drop down, option 2 of 3, item 9 of 18. Display, all, subtitles, display, all, drop down, option 2 of 2, item 10 of 18. Size, medium, medium, in, large, subtitle, on, background opacity, 0.7, 0, 1.0.5. Highlight, speaker, subtitles, highlight, speaker, drop down, option 1, no, subtitles, subtitles, highlight, speaker, drop down. Communication, voice, disabled, push to talk, open, push to talk, toggle, push to talk, disabled, push to, disabled, open mic, push to, disable, fire team and lobby chat, match chat, incoming voice chat volume, 7, slider, 10. Spartan chatter, option 2 of 2, heads up display, HUD, on, HUD 0.5, text chat display time, 5, slider, set the text chat background opacity, 0.85, 0, 1, 0, horizontal display margin, multiplayer scoreboard control, tap, hold, heads up display, on. Set whether network latency and status indicators are visible, off, on, off, on. Display, HUD, outlines and color, head, outlines and colors, enemy, salmon, vermilion, cotton, Tangelo, carrot, Tangelo, carrot, salmon, item 1 of vermilion, Tangelo, friendly enemy UI, salmon, vermilion, salmon, Angelo, sky, out, cerulea, enemy, mint, out, mint, out, enemy, sun, aubergine, cotton, aubergine, lavender, cerise, cotton candy, vermilion, salmon, cerise, tangelo, carrot, pineapple, lime, mint, jade, cerulean, sky, mint, item, jade, item 3, lime, grass, item, enemy, friendly UI called, grass, enemy UI, fire team marker color, grass, drop down, friendly, grass, lime, item, aubergine, cerise, item, vermilion, item 12 of 6, outlines and, outlines and colors, enemy enemy UI color, salmon, fire team marker color, vermilion, outlines and, tangelo, carrot, out, aubergine, cotton, pineapple, sunshine, cerulean, item, sky, mint, item, out, friendly UI, fire, jade, lime, friendly, fire team mark, enemy UI color, vermilion, drop, fire team, mark, show friendly names, on, option 2 of 2, show enemy name, on, show friendly name, show fire team name, custom game player names, game, service, on, markers and banners, service, markers and banners, custom game player names, gamer tag, drop down, item 17 of, service tag, item 2, starting cam, observer interface, starting starting cam, 1, item 1, 8, 7, 1, 1, starting camera type, attach, drop down, attach, server interface, step, third person, broadcast, observer starting per, drop, item, stat on, item 1, on, server interface, game, starting occluded, game, item 1, observer interface, starting, drop down, option 8 of 6, observer team 2 color, observer team 1 color, auberge, carrot, grass, item 13 of 16, mint, item 12 of, grass, lime, observe, pineapple, carrot, tangela, salmon, observer team 1 color, theater interface, event timeline, on, option 2 of 2, event, controls, weapon offsets, weapon type, melee, drop down, option 1, item 32 of 35, melee, heavy, offsets, melee, drop down, option 1 of 4, item 32 of 35, weapon set, 0, vertical offset, 0%, slider, depth offset, 0%, weapon, heads up display, text vertical, text chat, on, option 2, set whether the HUD is visible, visual, system default, set new visual language, change will be applied after restarting the title, OK, language, system, new audio, menus, linear navigation mode, off, option 1 of 2, item 3 of 29. Set whether linear navigation is enabled. Linear navigation adds a visual highlight to make it easier to move between all available controls on screen with a limited subset of controls. UI profile, menus, UI narration, profile, drop down, option 3 of profile, off, menus, UI narration, default, item, fast, menus, UI narration rate, fastest, menus, UI narration rate, faster, drop down, menus, UI narration rate, slightly faster, menus, UI narration rate, default, menus, UI narration rate, slightly faster, drop down, option 5 of 8, item 5 of, UI narration, text size, UI narration volume, 5, UI narration rate, slightly faster, drop down, option 5, menus, UI narration rate, text size, default, text scroll speed, 45, subtitles, visibility, default, UI narration volume, 5, text size, default, text scroll, subtitle, display, all, visibility, on, size, medium, subtitles, size, medium, visibility, on, display, all. Background opacity. Highlight. Visual. Enemy UI. Friend. Enemy UI color. Vermilion. Drop. Friendly UI color. Mint. Drop down. Option. Fire team marker color. Lime. Reticle outline opacity. 0.6. Slider. Reticle outline thickness. 1. HUD opacity. Communication. Text to speech. Speech to text to speech. Off. Option 1 of 2. Item 20 of 29. Set whether player text chat should be dictated aloud. Text to speech. Off. Option 1 of 2. Item 20 of 29. Set whether player text chat should be dictated aloud. Speech to text. Off. Option 1 of 2. Item 21 of 29. Set whether other players' voice chats should be transcribed and displayed as text. On. Text to speech. Off. Option 1 of 2. Item 20 of 29. Set whether player text chat should be dictated aloud. Text to speech. Off. Option 1 of 2. Sensory. Blur. 100. Screen shake. Full speed lock. Sharpening. 100. Match history privacy. Non-match made games. Hide. Drop down. Opt to set up your custom button layout. General. Movement. Display. Field of view. 60 vibration. Brighten. 1. B button. 2. 50. 49. 20. 10. 0. Minus 20. 0. 30. 60. Item 1. Play. Item 2 of 7. Campaign. Item 1 of 4. Friends online 0. Social menu view button. Social. Fire team details. Version 6. Customize. Armor Hall. Item 1 of 5. Body. Spartan ID. Item 5 of 5. Friends online 76. Social menu view button. Campaign. Item 1 of 4. Social. Version 6. My profile. Patch notes. Item 5 of 7. Support. Size. Item 3 of 7. My profile. Johnson 59. Inspect armor. Item 1 of 4. Seasons. View files. Mat. Gamer card. Inspect armor. Helmet. Cavallino. Off. Option 1 of 2. Item 1. Butt. Chest. Inspect 1 of 4. B button. My profile. Customize. Item 3. Armor Hall. Item 1 of 5. Armor Core. Rare Armor Core. On. Option 2 button. Mark 7. Equipped. Button. Item 1 of 3. B button. Options. Equipped. Armor Core. Rare Armor Core. Rare Armor Core. Unassigned. On. Option 2 of 2. Button. Tab Lore. Item 1 of 1. Back. Tab Lore. Option 2. Tab Lore. Item 1 of 1. On. Option. Armor Core. Rare Armor Core. Mark 7. Sockets. Item. Armor Core. Rare Armor Core. On. Options. Equip. Armor Core. Rare. On. Tab Lore. On. Option. Tab. Armor Core. Rare Armor Core. Mark 7. Sockets. Item 1 of 15. Mark 7. Item 2 of 9. Epic Armor Kit. Stay tuned for more details. Item 2 of 9. Item 4. Item 1 of 15. Armor Coating. Help. Item 9 of 15. Armor Core. Rare Armor Core. Armor Core. Armor Core. Legendary Armor Core. Button. Yoroi. Sockets. Armor Core. Mark 5B. Customize your weapons bench. Item. V. Campaign. Item 1 of 4. Tab Play. Item 1 of 4. Unravel the mystery.